Wow. Da, da, da. Oh, right now. I have no idea what's happening, but 8 o'clock. And we're supposed to have whew, the South America Division Finals. I believe it is Grey Wardens versus Machination for a rematch. Whew. I think it's Machination. Also don't know. Missed out on one of the finals. Ugh, goddamn. Yeah, yesterday. Totally didn't see. Totally didn't. Totally forgot about the cross server finals for Asia versus mainland China. Eh. Oh, goodness. I don't know what's happening right now. Clean feed is no dip. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. I will tell you right now, I am sleepy. After this, I will be going to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep for a while, and it will be glorious. Wah, 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 wah. Well, I don't know what's happening right now, but it is a slow start for the matches. Waiting on the world to change. Every time I sit there. Me and all my friends were all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing, and there's no way we ever could. Now we see everything that goes wrong with the world and those who lead it. We just feel like we don't have the means to rise above and beat it. So we just keep on waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting on the world to change. It's hard to beat the system when you're standing at a distance. So we keep on waiting on the world to change. Dun, 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 dun. We were strangers starting out on a journey, never dreaming what we had to go through. Now here we are, I'm suddenly standing at the beginning with you. No one told me I was going to find you. Unexpected, what you did to my heart when I lost hope. You were there to remind me this is the start. And life is a road that I wanna keep going. Love is a river I wanna keep flowing. In the end, I wanna be standing at the beginning with you. Let me just get the Conquered Lady Twitch up for you. Well, right now we got Linwu Fortress coming out. Gonna have to steal the image coming from coming from the developers. Twitch are very unfortunate right now since they're not sending the clean feed. But then again, it's pretty much the same. First, we have the two Linwood Fortress matches. So we have Grey Wardens and Machination both fighting here, doing an attack on the Linwood Fortress. A very interesting 10v10 map. But let's see if Machination attack is going to be successful against Grey Wardens' defense right now. Not as many tier 5 infantry as I would expected. We have one Royal Janissaries, four Iron Reapers, five Iron Reapers actually, coming out from Machination. Machination also having three Medals, one Shenji Grenadiers for both sides actually, and five Iron Reapers. Similar setups for both sides, but I do think the difference is a Palace Guard versus a Tebrasio. But on the hero side, there is two mauls versus one maul, one longsword for each of them, four short swords versus three short swords, and one poleaxe. We got one musket from Machination, two muskets from Grey Wardens, and a Dachi coming out. Quintadino coming out with the no Dachi and the Royal Janissaries. It's going to be very interesting how well those guys uh, fight. Probably one of the only dual blades I've seen. Let's see how effective they are going to be. Mm -hmm, mm -hmm. Actually, almost identical lineups. Almost. There are some small differences, but they're pretty much of similarity in lineups and things. It does indicate trends and meta. I am always interested in everyone's fascination with this wall break. Go through the front gate, man. Very few people stack the front gate, not to mention the side gate, not to mention the tunnels. There's lots of ways to get in here, but you choose one of the worst ways. Well, not that bad actually. I think I think I give this way not enough credit. Has been successful sometimes, hasn't been successful other times. I think it really depends on how the setup goes. If you win massive on the beginning section, you can normally push out the defenders off of A for long enough, but at the same time, you gotta get one of the supply points. Easy enough to say that the supply point on the wall is make or break in a defense. I mean, you'd always want to defend any point that you can, not really let any of the not really give up any ground to the attackers. And it really shows that this map does give you a lot of opportunity to stall the attackers, or at least have an advantage versus having the attackers just pile on in. A direct confrontation normally ends up in defenders' advantage, but a good old Treb could just lodge defenders if they were to hard point some of these locations. But Treb on this map is very inaccurate, if I do have to say so. Mostly gonna go for the stairs here on the east side. Not sure if they plan, well, how they're gonna handle an Imperial Pike Walk here on the side. We got two Medals also ready to go. Then again, we got looks like four sets of Imperial Pikes here stacked on the stairs. Once they start going up, they're gonna push them all the way down.
Fortunately, massive hits coming in from these muskets. Definitely going to be damaging. A little bit here, a little bit there. Those muskets can be a pain in the ass, and they can deal a lot of damage over time. Similarly, longbow can definitely take out very some key units. Iron Reaper is going to charge straight into Medal's, unsupported though. Not the best of moves, normally can get completely destroyed. Walk straight up. Imperial Pike Walk coming out from Grey Wardens. Knocks down an entire pile. Angling is not very good here as after coming up through the stairs. Gonna have to try to beat their way through this defensive wall through the right hand side, but it does fall. Imperial Pike Walks have gone through. Here comes a Treb, lands in. Well, it is kind of a mess here. Big Shenji Grenadier smash right into the center of that pile. Turns around and needs to brace up, but already all of the units are dead. Imperial Pike walks over the remainder as Palace Guards are shoved right into this Medal here. Heavy losses for both sides, but I'm not sure if that was an even exchange or whether or not Grey Wardens came out on top. Iron Reaper's really cleaning up the Medals here. I'm going to have to give it to Grey Wardens that probably cleaned up a lot of units. Iron Reaper's coming in strong for the last section. Again, Iron Reapers extremely costly to have Iron Reapers go in first, take the brunt of the damage when you have a lot of units which are really good at pushing. The Iron Reapers really should have waited until the Imperial Pikemen were ready to push in and to really push those medals down. Why take damage unnecessarily when you got your Imperial Pikemen the best unit for pushing? Well, best infantry for pushing at the very least. That advance is terrifying, and it does a lot of CC. Strangely enough, Grey Warden's coming out with some Surf units. We got 2 Pike Militia and 1 Village Watchman. Grenades are being tossed. My goodness, I remember I tossing grenades like crazy with Shenji Grenadiers when you're on this map. It is super easy and super fun. Shenji Grenadiers also have the some arc protection, so it does really predict obstacles and stuff. But at the same time, it kind of stuffs up on certain obstacles, and they force throw high when there's not necessarily necessary. Hero Pike walk onto the A point. Not really much to stop them. A dense formation of Imperial Pikemen, but it does look like they get pushed down by a continuous walk. Here comes. This is the second Imperial Pike walk. An easy grab for now. Pushing down onto the stairs here is a bit awkward. Pikemen are not really good in these situations. Uh, Grey Wardens could be looking. Grey Wardens looking for a retreat here. Massive victory for Machination. Although there was some resistance, a complete, not a complete resistance coming out from Grey Wardens, losing some key units there. Even though they did have some Zerg units come out early. I'm not sure what their plan is. They really need to have their strong units out at the beginning. And if they're going to go for a sacrifice like that, I would like to see some more commitment for everyone to go with lower tier units. Losing higher tier units in that situation is probably going to be detrimental for you. Although I probably think you could have probably just ended there. But then again, Grey Wardens still has a good chance to claim victory, although there are 200 units down. I have to give them the benefit of the doubt that they did have a couple of high tier units in reserve, but again, sacrifice of some high tier units is pretty devastating. You guys have to move up pretty fast. This supply point is gonna fall like crazy as they were moved up into a position probably not a good one. Axe Raid is going straight through that Empire pile, really messing up a lot for them. Imperial Pike walking against each other. Hey, Short Sword doing an amazing job here, stopping that supply point. Easy, easy, easy stop. Imperial Pike Walk gets halted in its track, and a reverse Imperial Pike Walk. Um, Iron Reapers colliding with the wall here, but complete on the surround here. Grey Wardens is dominating Machination right here with a push. This Treb is a bit awkward, but since they are on the losing side, I do think this will hit hard. Comes in low, and it hits smacks right into the center, but that one goes high and hits them right in the face. Machination getting pushed out is very unfortunate for them right now. Not the most, it's not the ideal setup right now, or not the ideal to get pushed out here. Machination really needs to make sure that they don't lose this next attack because they're probably down to their last good unit after a defeat catastrophic like that and after a massive battle at the very, very beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see some surf units out from both sides. But then again, Grey Warden did use some surf units early on, so I'm wondering whether or not they have more high tier units, probably more high tier units coming out than Machination right now. So probably has the upper hand. Gonna have to wait for respawns as two members from Machination still hasn't respawned yet. It's very crucial to have every single one of your guys together on a 10v10 map, as heroes can really make or break a battle. Again, another squeeze, but all I see is Iron Reapers. Nothing much to actually stop them. They're just going to be cleaving the rear guard here. Guinho and Zif. Ooh, looks like they also lost on the front side. Going to be a massacre against Machination. Hey, Pike just absolutely making a mess of Madao right now, but probably cannot finish off anything. Yeah, just gonna have to call it there. This first attack does look to be in Grey Warden's favor, so we'll get to see Grey Warden attack Linwu Fortress next, and then into the pick band phase. Do remember, folks, Grey Warden does start with a point for being the winner of the winners bracket. Uh, so only have to get to the 4 in order to win automatically. Grey Warden will probably claim 2, so 2 more victories, and they have the championship. Machination does have a long road ahead of them, but I give them benefit of the doubt. They probably have some things up their sleeve in the big band phase. As Linwu Fortress, for this Linwu Fortress attack, it does look to be wash right now. Grey Wardens having the majority of high tier units, even though they have the units to fight. High tier units can be a pain in the ass, and when there's this many high tier units, I mean 2 sets of Iron Reapers, 1 Madao, 2 Madaos, I believe. No, actually, there's 3 sets of Iron Reapers. We got 2 sets of Imperial Pikemen. One for Russia did just get killed though. And a Keshig comes out for a finish. I'm not sure how effective that Keshig really was, as it probably just got himself killed. Treb coming in as the attackers comes up to finish off the attacking team. Although I'm not sure if a couple of trebs is really going to change anything as a mole picks up a short sword. Really can't finish him off. That iron side is massive, missing with them major CCs. That's very unfortunate. Bloodthirsty also gets taken down, but the remaining heroes does run off, so we'll go watch nothing for the last 30 seconds. Hmm. Can't really pinpoint anything major to the downfall. I think Machination really didn't perform anything spectacular. At the same time, getting squeezed by Grey Wardens was also not a good scenario. The attrition battle seems to be mainly in favor of Grey Warden somehow, but I'm not entirely sure how that worked out, as trading at the beginning was quite even until it hits the A point, until the A point got taken, and yeah, flow of battle seems very awkward for me to this morning. But that's maybe because I'm really tired. Anyway, let's have a look at the scoreboard. Obviously, we see a lot of death. Not very many kills coming out from Machination. That is a terrible sign for things to come. I think Machination really needs to watch their backs and make sure that they can kill the enemy heroes. And as you can obviously, Grey Warden's getting a lot of hero kills. That is very crucial when you're looking at when you're looking at things for the tournament. Not bad unit kills either. Both teams dropping down to basically nothing at the very end, but I do think Grey Warden has the benefit of the doubt of having some higher tier units come out, or the higher tier units still remaining. Whew. But Grey Wardens will attack on Linwu Fortress next, and we'll be heading into the Pickman phase. Not going to be entirely interesting what maps that they do choose in the end. I hope it's not a double wall fort, but I mean, wall fort is quite common. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Oh my goodness. We're going ham. This is how it's supposed to be. Fries, they blend so perfectly. This fries are going ham. Da ba da 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 da. Yet again, I'm gonna have to turn off a air conditioning. Be right back, guys.
Da 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 da.
Bless you. Well, actually, I need to go to the toilet real quick. I'll be back.
Watch it again.
Down, down.
Yeah, gotcha, gotcha, got it there, had a man.
All right. So, for those of you joining us right now, we're just waiting on the next battle between Grey Wardens versus Machination for the finals. So, Grey Wardens starting off with 1 point for being in the winner's bracket. We've already seen the attack on Linwu Fortress for Machination, but Machination losing the attack, so that is 2-0 for Grey Wardens. Grey Wardens need 2 more points, and Machination needs 4 more points. First of four wins the championship. So, Machination does have a disadvantage right now, but we have the second battle starting right now. Very good, very excellent. This is what I love to see right now. So, Linwu Fortress for the next battle. This time, we're going to see Grey Warden's attack instead of seeing Machination. Let me just turn off my camera so you can see the lineups again. Um, Interestingly enough, we have more tier fives. Go with the tier fives. This is what I love. This is what I want to see from these teams. The tier fives are really crucial. A couple of hero bikes are nice, but the tier fives are glorious. We got one, two, three, six seven actually Iron Reapers coming out with four Medals. Metallitor coming out from Machination is an interesting pick. Both of them dropping the Shinji Grenadiers. Still coming out with the Keshigs, Des, Desuis, Desuis. I don't, not sure how effective those guys are gonna be, but we also have Axe Raiders and Imperial Bikes with Palace Guards in the mix. Palace Guards, I'm not sure what your plan is, but Machination going in with five short swords this time, swapping out some of the short swords, and Grey Wardens going in some more with the heavy hitters. Really, really, really nice to see that a little bit of a change up for Grey Wardens, more of the aggressive change up as they gone with some heroes really good at fighting. But here we go. Gotta turn back on the camera. Show me my face. Hmm. Still the same approach. Going in to the wall break. Wall break. Uh, Again, I'm not sure what everyone's fascination about this wall break is. Not normally the best options. Well, not normally the best options. It's just an option. Although it is still a choice. Not sure what they plan to do though. Aggressive start here. Here comes a Treb. Very quick look. Does look like there is a natural deficit of, let's say, 79 for Grey Wardens here. So naturally, the defending side has a couple of units up. So just keep that in mind when calculating odds. Try to keep that in mind when calculating attrition over time. Really need to watch and be careful. But going through the side gate here, gonna come up straight up onto the wall here. Didn't actually see that they have switched over some guys to the east side walls, but no contest as they walk straight through. Would have grabbed the supply point, but I guess they don't have time as their front is losing. A split push here. Grey Warden's getting crushed on one hand side. Sort of crushed. Not very many units have actually died. I don't think any units actually died. But here, some units are dying, and they have the entirety of Machination faced up on the backhand side. Some Palace Guards are going to push up into this pile here. Imperial Pike March tries to stall out the charge here, but the charge was successful in getting and stalling. Not very good for Machination, as it does look like they're getting completely destroyed on this side. Big pickup for Grey Wardens. Grey Wardens are dominating. There is the Battle of Gods and the 15% damage boost from the glaive. What a powerful ability. Just a little bit of assist in order to turn the tide. I think this is going to be a Grey Warden victory. There's not going to be very many to do a changeover as a massive retreat comes out from Machination. Finishing off another hero, Longbow. Nicely done. Grey Wardens rushing towards the supply point. Could be a spawn. Oh, nope. Looks like the short sword got caught, in fact. Uh, I would stand your ground. Losing a medal here is a big, big, big mistake here, but also giving up on this supply point is probably, man, you could hold this supply point. Grey Wardens is severely wounded. What are you doing? Come on. Grey Warden should be severely wounded, but they give up a lot of ground here by not defending this supply point. This supply point loses the gives away the opportunity to finish off the units that were severely wounded in the first begin at the start. So not only does Machination gives up time, gives up space to Grey Wardens, they also give them the chance to resupply within inside Linwy Fortress. Very, very bad mistake to give up and not try to stall the push. Not to mention, it was kind of a rush push, not really the ideal conditions for your units to be in. They did suffer a major battle, so it could have picked up some easy unit kills. Could have definitely clawed back a lot. Definitely could have clawed back a lot from um, from that push, but in the end, they did not. So I'm just very strange, just very strange. Would have expected a little bit more coming out from. Would have expected a little bit more coming out from Machination. Some more. Uh, the plays are not the best, how to say. It should have been just them really realistically going in for it. Not going in for it. Should have realistically being Machination should have held that supply point. I think it was a huge mistake for Machination not to defend the supply point. But in this scenario right now, they're doing very well. They're pushing out the small pushes coming out from Grey Wardens. Could be a massive trip here. One lands in. I don't think they lost too many. This is the finals. This is the South America finals. Machination versus Grey Warden. So it is a rematch. Grey Wardens have defeated. Yes. Well, sort of. It is playing on. It should be playing on live technically. Well, sorry. I'm getting the stream from the developers since they are not handing me the clean feed right now. The clean feed is still down, I think. Yeah, the clean feed's still down right now. This is, from what I know, it normally is about 3 minutes delay. So technically, it, it, it's pretty close to live. It's pretty close to live. It is happening right now. So I'm commentating live. I don't have the stream delay on today. Hopefully, that isn't a problem for booming. What's happening? Machination is kind of getting surrounded here. They lost a guy in the back. Two guys in the fact. They really need to maintain a line here. Oh, they got three guys here I'm not sure. They're kind of split here. They've already lost their front line. They need to push out now. This tower thing, although it does protect you from overhead, not very easy to push out of. Iron Reaper's doing very well at slashing these palace guards. Would have them in flail formation. Really, really important to make sure what you're fighting, and what weapon you use. Anything with a shield, use a flail, but anything else, just use the sword. Sword is superior, but the flail does deal with shield units much more easily than it does, much more easily than the sword does. Uh, Very unfortunate right now. Machination just. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the plan was, but the formation didn't look very strong as it gets completely swept out. and this base point does look very, very, very in favor for Grey Wardens. I don't see any response coming out. I think the response that did come out was stifled by the fact that they were kind of split on three different sections. Well, mainly two. Three of them were kind of trapped in the tower section. Really need a stronger hold than that. I honestly don't think Machination set up properly for that battle. It was quite obvious that they were struggling. Having a quick look at the scoreboard. Um, a little bit less kills actually coming out from Grey Wardens being on the attack, but uh, wow, Pato doing super well for the unit kills. Over 1,400. They've killed two warbands. Whew. Um, Doing a little bit better for Machination as well. A couple of more kills, but still the death versus kills is pretty terrible, if I do say so. Doing worse on the unit side. I think Machination did lose a lot of opportunity to get some easy pickups, but at the same time, they um, their performance in a head-to-head clash against Grey Wardens does seem to be a little bit shaky. Not sure if it's just a 10v10 battle that makes them like this, but let's hope the 15v15 battles are better. I'm pretty sure both teams would prefer a 15v15 battle, but let's see. Linwy Fortress is still on the table, but I'm pretty sure the two teams do not like Linwy Fortress as much as we do right now. Well, Grey Wardens is up 3. They only need one more to win, so it could be one. Today is just literally the finals, so um, we could technically have up to 4 more matches, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I do not see Machination winning 4 matches in a row right now, and they're both pick bans for the next 4 is going to be pick bans. You technically cannot get the tiebreaker, which is Grassland Assault, at the very end, which is the best of 7. It's technically a best of 6, as Grey Wardens do start off with 1 point for being in the winners bracket. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's the situation right now. So it could be a short day, it could be a long day. So we're not entirely sure. But normally when it comes down to these championships, it's kind of a wash. One side is extraordinarily dominating, and I'm not sure why they choose to do these losers versus winners bracket. They should realistically just do the championship with the semifinals. Some repeated matches are quite, how to say, obvious. There's not very many times has the second house or or the runner-up been very close in strength against the champions. The champions have normally been completely dominating, and I mean, Grey Warden started off really bad at the beginning, and I'm gonna have to. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Grey Warden's performance was not very good until today. Today, for some reason, Grey Warden's performance is just staggeringly high, but at the same time, I feel like the performance out from Machination is a little bit lower from what I've seen. But I'm not sure what's happening. It maybe pressure, maybe a change in tactics. It's hard to say. Grey Wardens does seem to be way more aggressive, and for sure successfully just dominating. Ah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Grey Wardens started off very shaky for me. I was very unsure whether or not they would be able to defend their title for champion. But already we are seeing that Grey Wardens does have all of the cards, all of the cards ready to be played. And definitely Machination not really much of a challenger here. But then again, we did see them lose against Grey Wardens before. So that was not to be unexpected, but I did did expect to see a little bit more of a challenge for Grey Warden, but maybe Linweave Water is just not the map for Machination. Can be hard to fight on different maps on occasions. I try to be. I do comment for most of these tournaments anyway, so I do try to be informed as much as I can be. Well, they kind of they have things on replay, so even if the match ends early, they will keep things going. If you're talking about Twitch drops from my end, since apparently they did give us quite the exclusive for the Twitch drops, um, so I will end the stream if the finals have ended, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some other guys streaming for Conqueror's Blade for the rest of the Twitch drops. I only stream the tournaments, much to your amazement. I don't play the game right now. I am playing Myth of Empires, so I don't intend to stream that at the current time. It's mostly just grinding, grinding, grinding. So I'm not sure whether or not people would be interested. I have played Conqueror's. I will play Conqueror's Blade on the day of that on the new season release, which will happen tomorrow. I think it will be very important to know and read up on a lot of the updates for tomorrow that's coming. I will play the new season, and it's going to be pretty glorious. We got Highlander next season, and it starts tomorrow, so uh, slightly over 24 hours. I think it's going to be 27 hours from now, so we're going to have to wait for that to happen. We didn't get to see a pick band phase, but we do have straight into it for Wolfort. I'm not sure who's attacking first, but I'm pretty sure you can already guess. Thank you very much. I do love to commentate these tournaments. I try my best. Sometimes I'm not on my good days, and I do sound very complainy. Sometimes these teams just look very awful, and their plays are quite garbage in my eyes. But let's see how well these teams do. Hey, that's not a very hard ask, man. The Conqueror's Blade developers definitely don't seem to be too interested in the game itself. I think developing games and actually playing your own game is two completely different things. Um, can be a bit hard also when English is not your first language. English is my first language, even though I look Asian. Well, no, sorry. Even I am Asian, but I was born and raised in Australia. So My goodness, I've skipped over the entirety of the unit selection phase, but what's very surprising is very little medals coming out from Grey Wardens. Grey Wardens not expecting the cavalry, which they would be correct. Grey Wardens not expecting the cavalry is a big difference in units. So, hidden advantage already to Grey Wardens. Iron Reapers. A pile of Iron Reapers definitely going to slaughter the medals in the beginning section. So, I don't think Machination realizes that they're already at a disadvantage. They're going to have to somehow pick up a lot of advantages when they take out those medals. Nafan Guards also out for Nafan Guards and Metallators also out for Grey Wardens. They also have Shinji Grenadiers, a big section of range. Not very many things to deal with it though. Axe Raiders, only 2 Axe Raiders coming out from Machination. So those range units should be able to go out of control. So I'm giving Grey Wardens the benefit of the doubt that they're just going to wash out Machination here for the finals. It might be very unfortunate for something like this to happen, but at the same time, I really, really hope that Machination can show us something different and show us that they can win against Grey Wardens because I have yet to seen anything different. Interesting pick with the Javelin Sergeants. Kind of a big miss here. They're throwing at something, but I don't think it's hit very hard. I have to be very ballsy to get up here, but normally when I play on Wall Fort, I just go straight up that ladder. I ignore everything, run right across, and yeah, I normally just run right across, jump onto the other side, jump down, and open the gate, rush through with my unit. Normally it's Axe Raiders. Axe Raiders are kind of stupid strong, and I just rush the B side. I step onto the bridge. I check its health. If it's above 50%, I just go for it. If it's below 50%, sometimes it's kind of a gamble. It's kind of a gamble. Right hand siege tower does look like it made it to the wall. Middle siege tower probably get to the wall, and left hand siege tower gonna take a while to get to the wall, but it will. It is getting stalled out by the looks of it. Grey Warden doesn't intend to make a full defense of the wall here, since giving up on the siege tower already shows that they will lose a bit of ground. Breaking open the front gate, there it goes down with some woodcutters. Quite normal to see a retreat into the seaside, giving up the A and the B point. The B point not so much, mainly because they make it difficult by controlling the stairs here. Committing a unit is normally the best idea to stall. Machination really needs to think of a plan for the second phase. I've seen some very, very interesting second phases for these. One of my favorite is the absolute ballista madness. I mean, the attacking team just sets up 15 ballistas here on the wall and just shoots the hell out of the defending team. The defending team even pokes their head around C. They already lose like 6 guys. A little bit of skirmishing should happen. Metallators does a volley. Not sure what towards, but probably towards some mortars. Everyone goes for these mortars, but I don't think they understand what the purpose of these mortars are. Classically, this is a Crusader tactic from long ago, but probably picked up from other teams as well. Not sure. Not sure whether or not it was Crusader who started it, but definitely Crusader was one of the few teams that used it to great effect. One of the most important things is that Crusaders didn't use the mortars in order to actually deal damage. It was to force the enemies to position in such a way that they could win. Um, big difference, big difference from how these tools are used. You don't use these mortars in order to actually kill the units. You use these mortars to force your enemies into a bad position. But let's see. Let's see. Metallitor is also coming out for Machination. I didn't really see the Metallitors. Uh, Surprisingly, there's two Metallitors by the looks of it, or maybe I'm seeing too many trails for it to be two Metallitors. But um, another Treb comes in, a big dodge comes out, doing very well with the Dodgers right now. The Trebs are not coming in as well, but they keep their eyes in the sky. Very easy to dodge Trebs in that scenario. Really need to put some more pressure down onto Grey Wardens. Grey Wardens are pretty strong right now. They are pretty relaxed as they're waiting for Machination to make a move. Machination not everyone bringing out a artillery is probably a mistake for this phase. One of the Grey Warden members just DC'd. Hopefully he comes back. Or was that a machination? Nope, Grey Warden. One of the Grey Warden guys did just DC just now. Hopefully he comes back. I hate to see a 14v15. Even though it's just one person. One person can be a huge difference. Machination probably realizing that one of the guys from Grey Warden did DC, so he came back already. They probably haven't realized. What's important for this next phase is whether or not we get to see a commitment from Machination. Again, you have plenty of artillery to use, so better use it early. Gain that advantage early so that you have unit advantage at the end. But it's going to be a bit shaky if you can't put pressure on Grey Wardens, and you're putting yourself in a worse position. Those whoa, Skeletor shot down range. Really got to be careful how you set this up. Crush this three-man team and retreat. That's what I would do. Unfortunately, cannot catch these guys just yet as they pull back. And this is where I'd stop and pull back myself. There's no reason to overextend this far for any unit and without being able to deal any damage. But creeping up on the left-hand side, this left-hand side's too far. This left-hand side too far forward. This Halberdier Sergeant is too far. This Halberdier Sergeant is by itself trying to fight off against two units right now. And down goes the Pike. Controlling Pike gets absolutely washed out as the Iron Reapers and the Imperial Pike just murders them. Left-hand side flank being overextended does get crushed. 100 humans. The main force actually retreats out, losing two medals. Wow. This is absolutely devastating for Machination as their entire front line just breaks apart. I'm not sure what you're doing, but that was a mess, Machination. You're on the back foot and you're losing units like crazy here. A little bit of exchange here, a little bit of exchange there, but everything does seem to be in a worse state for you. Nice pickup though, gaining some points back by taking out the Nafan Guard. Nafan Guards being down is awesome, and the Medal pickup is pretty huge, but you've lost so many units coming out here. Can't really give you the benefit of the doubt here. Your next attack will have to win, otherwise you're just going to lose. B point there for a pickup. So they did pick up some more extra time, but the disadvantage in units right now is staggering as massive losses come out for Machination, but very few losses coming out from Grey Wardens. I think that was a 2-to-1 exchange just now. It's really difficult, when you got mobile artillery like this. The Metallitors are very useful as a very useful unit for the defending team, especially. But the attacking team can use Metallitors as well, but it's just they're not using their own artillery. So even if they bring the Metallitors for effective use, they have access to artillery as well. So really need to put more pressure on those Metallitors, because if the Metallitors just easily bully every time bullies you, like look at this. This is they're going to see this trip as well. The controlling person already knows for a fact that just look for the sky and does lose two of the Metallators. Um, I would okay, honestly, I would tell your short bow switch to a long bow. Every time that he sees these stupid Metallators, he should shoot at them. You have to be a little bit flexible with your hero classes as well. Superiority, um, man, superiority and firepower right now coming out for Grey Wardens, really making a mess of Machination. Machination either needs to accelerate the battle or that's the thing. How can they accelerate the battle when they have no cavalry? A cavalry is great at burst type gameplay, but we've only got Iron Reapers here coming out to accelerate the battle. All of these medals, every single medal is just going to stall out the battle. Imperial Pikes and Iron Reaper pile could be the key to win. This is going to be huge. They're going for a supply point push, but that is one of the strongest point. I've rarely seen a supply point push win for a team that's on the weaker end. They cannot. My goodness, they were about to throw Iron Reapers straight into the why would you throw Iron Reapers first? I don't understand. I know their description says that they're the vanguards, but I'll be honest, throwing Iron Reapers as the vanguard is actually a mistake in most situations against a heavily fortified team. Imperial Pike March at the back. This is going to be a squeeze. You got to break through on one of the sides, or you're going to lose on both sides. Imperial Pike March is in consecutive consecutive Imperial Pike March just crushes everything. Couldn't push through, and we got a cashing gods for the cleanup. That is nasty. Wow, look at the heroes drop. We've got two heroes left. One guy makes it out. Actually, only one hero left. That's it, folks. That's it. Grey Wardens have dominated Machination. I have no idea how they're going to pull it back from this. That they are now 135 units down. Machination. I'm gonna have to be. It's an unfortunate thing. I mean, I've said this before. Normally, when it comes down to the championship battle, you just see a complete stomp for the underdog, for the challenger, and it is just unfortunate. We have a look at some of the scoreboard right now. No one's on permadeath, so they have one last chance, one last hurrah. I don't know what their plan is, but Grey Warden has so much cavalry, and I'm not sure how Machination is going to deal with it without a bunch of medals, since I'm pretty sure all of the medals are dead right now. There's not very many of them, by the way. Around about 6 or 4. Um, 6 or 4 is enough to deal with a lot of cavalry, but in a situation like this, it's just like, what you gotta do? Imperial Pikes are not the greatest against cavalry. Well, I mean, Imperial Pike, the advance is like devastating. It's like the crazy strong, but so much range coming in. Just a couple of units at the front will allow these ranged units to absolutely dominate this pile right now. Iron Reapers cutting through the center. We got their own Tundra Humans coming up. A charge from the side. Hey! Forward defense from Grey Wardens gets absolutely crushed right now, but a rear charge by cavalry coming up from behind impales themselves on the militia. Turn around, guys! You've got cavalry coming up your ass. Refocus, refocus. Losing out 4 guys already. I think it's going to be a bit permadeath here. Oh man, no. Tundra Human, what are you doing? Stay together. Tundra Human is making a mess, but they really need to protect. I'm not sure if that was a friendly or an enemy Imperial Pike March, but I do think that's an enemy Imperial Pike. C point was getting capped, but now it's dominated by Grey Wardens again with a respawn from the supply point. Again, as long as the defenders have that supply point, they can throw units at you like crazy. And when they have a unit advantage, it is absolutely oppressive. 1 minute 30 left to go. Good effort for Machination, but I've already called it, and I highly doubt that Machination can really pull this back. He just got a Trebicide here as he gets surrounded by low tier units. Unfortunately, he does get out. No Trebicide today. Um, he just straight up die. Oh, as we wind down, a lot of bad plays coming out from Machination. I mean, I don't understand some of the calls that Machination comes out for. Lack of uses for resources. I mean, how many artilleries did they really use? I'm guessing maybe eight. They have 30. Jackers have 30 artillery. Grey Wardens as well. Not very many artilleries coming out from Grey Wardens either. Um, at nearly every turn, Grey Wardens had the advantage in confidence, in being aggressive as well. These guys going in on the hero's very good strategy. Kill the hero to make the unit useless. There's not very many units that can self-sustaining without a hero's command. Um, I'm just gonna have to say it's very difficult for me to say that Machination was much of a challenger. Grey Wardens just seem to dominate super hard. But saying that, we're just going to have a look at the scoreboard. Probably going to just show us the same result as before. Quite a few deaths coming out, not very many kills. Um, Unit kills is a bit shaky. Two of the guys doing very well. One of the guys almost breaking even, and the rest not too hot actually. Quite a few guys going sub 350. 350 is half a warband. That's where you start looking good. Coming out from Grey Waters, there are lots of hero kills. Look at those hero kills. And look at the unit kills. Not too bad, not too bad. I do think that the cavalry was really the star shine of the play. But that's also because I think Machination not doing it too well in understanding how to deal with cavalry. And at the same time, um, not using the Medal and the Iron Reapers, huge mistake. I think South America has demonstrated that they don't understand the current meta, or I think that their meta is very weird. Imperial Pikes, too many Imperial Pikes. One or two Imperial Pikes are great. You start off the battle with Imperial Pike March, but when you throw into the center some Iron Reapers or some Axe Raiders, and the Axe Raiders just go straight through the line and just dominate the back, coming from the back forward, and you have the Iron Reaper coming in forward, you're kind of stuck in a hard, and you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. When you have that Medal coming up the Iron Reapers, very good security. Any charges coming out from um, Palace Guards or their own Medals will be met with resistance. It's just hard to say how South America handles the meta, but that's really just talk. We should be finishing up here. We're just going to. Yeah, it does sound like they are closing it up. So I'm going to have to call it there as well. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I really love commentating for the tournament, and I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. But other than that, Um, that is the finals for South America Division. We have our champions, Grey Wardens, runner-up being Machination, and third place being Unforgiven with who was it? Brotherhood for the fourth, I believe. So We also got our champions of Crusaders yet again in the Asia Division tournament. I believe Arab Knights won again? No. I'm not even going to say anything for the MENA tournament. I did not watch it at all, so that is my bad. But that should be all of the tournament. Unfortunately, I did miss out on commentating for the Asia Division tournament. I mean, Asia Division versus the mainland China division. I think our Asia Division actually won that, so that's good. But yes, that is all for now. I will be streaming on the new release for I'll be streaming on the new release of the new season tomorrow, which starts approximately 27 hours from now. Well, less than 27 hours, so more like 26 hours and 45 minutes. But that is still to be seen. So, my name's Satsukai. I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye now. I'll catch you guys another day. Tomorrow, even. But that is all for me. Bye now. I really